So I've been working on ideas for how to rigidify the rear of the box. I've already got the front rigid because of the way I'm designing the whole box. We basically separated the subs into compartments, so the edge of the sub is right against a edge going front to back in all four cases. The port itself is going to help rigidify the bottom and the top because it extends all the way from the bottom to the top. The back has always been the weak spot. There's many ways to make the back stronger, but I've been trying to come up with a really cool way that uses a little bit of money and gets a whole lot done. Using the recycled bits that I have, all I'm basically going to have to do is get a couple pieces of all thread and a little bit of hardware, and we're golden. Alright guys, you already know I'm trying to build a box without using tons of layers of wood on all the sides to create strength. So let me show you an idea I have for how to get the back strong. We've already established we have the sides braced with, you know, different lumber and stuff, but the back is a panel that I'm having trouble figuring out. Now there's ways I could do it. I could put vertical bits back here. These are all pieces of plywood cut in strips to create kind of a radiator looking, heat sink looking thing, which would add rigidity. That is a consideration, but this is what I have in my mind right now. So what if, well, up here we have subwoofers. So we have one up here, we have one down here. Okay, this is a side view. These are subwoofers, right? This is the part of the box where the wall, the front, where everybody's at, your subs. So there's also a port in there. But what if we took somewhere in here, and I ain't figured out where yet, and run a piece of all thread through the box, front to back, right? And then of course put a big washer, big plate with big nut, both ends, right? In the middle, you use a piece of PVC pipe that's cut to fit front to back like this. So we would have the all thread under tension and the PVC pipe under compression. And that would, when you clamp these bolts down, that would severely lock that box into a very, very rigid state. That would give a lot of bracing to this back. Now here's a front view showing what the box is actually going to basically look like upon completion. So, and know that these speakers go almost to the edge here. They're not separated by about an inch or so in the middle, and they go to the edge here. They go over to the edge here. There's going to be a little bit of room here between it and the port. But what's consistent is there is the space right here and this space right here. Either of those or both of those could be the all thread location. So running it through here alongside the port to the back of the box on both sides of the port would be extremely strong, and that would put the tension and compression in the center, perfect position in the center of the back of the box to add tons of rigidity, and would even add, of course, naturally add rigidity to the front of the box as well. Yeah, I like it. So in the interest of being thorough, I've got some heavy gauge thick PVC pipe. I think it's 3 inches ID. I could get some really large washers, as big a flat washer as I can get. Run maybe 1/2 inch all thread through here, or 3/8, something pretty thick. And then the washers would be close to the diameter of the pipe. That compression and tension, man, I think that would be super, super strong. That would lock the box down. I mean, theoretically, you could do the same thing going this direction. And like you could, if you wanted to, doing a box design, you could do one here behind, in the middle of the box, where it would come down behind the subs, right? And go from top to bottom. And you can do the same thing on this side. And behind the magnet, so you'd have a PVC pipe going down, one going down. Then you could have one in the middle going across, offset it so it doesn't collide with these two. Then you could have two going through this way. Bam. That would lock the whole box into a completely rigid state. And you could do all that with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces of all thread, and you know, maybe 10 feet or 10 or 15 feet of PVC pipe. Not a lot of hardware, and it would do a whole lot for making that whole entire structure extremely rigid. I like it. It's a good thing. Hey, if you guys have any ideas on how I can do this better, or any comments on what I'm talking about, maybe some kind of advice on ways to improve this idea or other ideas, please put those down in the comments, because this is a community project and I respect all your opinions and all of your knowledge, even your insight. Just questions. Sometimes asking the right question can start a good conversation and get picked down into the meat of it and figure something out. Just asking a question. You don't have to know what you're talking about. All you have to do is ask a question sometimes to spark that idea, you know. I mean, that's how a lot of the stuff comes about, is people asking what they think of as a dumb question, because usually it's not.